tell me they ain't gangsta, whoa. I said I'm the only first ring, and I'm team captain. I'm out by myself. I got third and fourth string, but I'm saying I'm team captain out here with no first string players. You know I gotta be pushing the field.
Well, it seems 10 is still on 10, regardless of his situation. After the ex-4KT member did an interview speaking on the entire NBA camp, Ben would comment telling him to stop lying, and he can't wait to see him, and would follow up with dropping his own location in the comment section.
Swear to God, y'all, please let the show viral. I'm glad I'm down here. I just made it. Tell dude the 6 whatever name, me, whatever. Name that down here, literally down here. Ask them where to meet at, or tell them to pull up the Valley Park. Valley Park, right there by Walmart's College Drive. Come out here right now. Like, if you a gangster out of Pruitt, we're not finna be chasing you way, to that way, to that way, to that way. But come holler, come have a conversation with me, please.
Anybody who cares to pay attention to that young man, it tells a story about where he is psychologically, right? Where he is psychologically is like caveman days, because the shit he said about just put everybody on one island or in the city and let all of them kill each other. When he said what he said, I believe he meant what he said. And when you fast forward 6 to 8 months, and when you look at the situation that he finds himself in now, you can understand why he is where he is right now. And then it gives you some clarification about how him and the rest of the NBA members found themselves in a situation where they are basically riding for James Prince Jr. about some shit they ain't had nothing to do with. And at the end of the day, no matter what happens at the end of the day, they came out with the worst end of the stick. They lost fingers, they paralyzed, they had shit bags on.
All right, clear nothing up and get some right here.
In the facial, the fucking hospital. Every fella banging the guns. Scary ass. Why everybody want me dead, bro? I ain't even do y'all nothing. Everybody want me paralyzed. I ain't even do y'all nothing. Bitch, I'm well and I'm good. So pray to another devil, bitch.
Ted good, y'all. Ted smooth, man. They better good. I told him, man, we soldier made hard about this shit, man. He straight, good, gangster. Man, they know it come with this shit, huh? Man, I just don't like all the niggas around in this situation, but they broke good.
You can't rationalize and reason when you think like that. And then when you look at what they've done recently, you know that he meant what he said. When you look at listen, everything that happened at Confessions in Houston, you know that he meant exactly what he said. When he said the government should put everybody on the island and let niggas just have at it. That tells you about what he thought about his future and the future of the motherfuckers who he fuck with. That's what he think about New Orleans. That's what he think about Louisiana. That's what he think about Baton Rouge. He think that that is the sum total of that young thoughts about life. He don't give a fuck about life. He don't value life. And so all you can do with like that is put that bitch out of his misery.
Looking at his actions right now with him being in the hospital, do you think he's changed or will it change him for the better at all?
He definitely, first of all, he's not in the hospital no more. He home. He released him 2 days ago. He ain't in the hospital no more. He out. He in a wheelchair. He paralyzed. So do I think based on what happened to him, it changed his mentality?
Right.
No, because you can look at the post that he's made since he been released. Right? There's no contrition. There's no acknowledgement that you fucked up. Not that I expect him to publicly come out and say, I fucked up. But before this shit happened, he was walking. After it happened, he in a wheelchair. There is no way, even as stupid and slow as this is, there's no way that he ain't saying to himself, I wish I could have had that back. You know how we do. We make mistakes, and mistakes are made. But ain't no way in the world, when you look at the condition that he in right now, you look at the fact that dead end Ryan got the finger blew off, and then when you look at why it happened, it wasn't because there was no beef between Allstar JR and nobody in NBA. They didn't have no issue with him. They even said as much. We don't even know that. You know what I'm saying? We jumped into that because that was some shit that Junior had going on. We ain't had no problem with him. We don't even know him. So, no, I don't think them stupid ass, ignorant, retarded, dumb, slow bus riding, window licking, helmet wearing, slobbing profusely ass have sat back and thought to themselves, you know what? I would like to say that I believe they've had the opportunity to reflect on it and they wish they would have had that situation back. I wish we could have got that night back. I would have did this, that, and third different. But as slow as those niggas is, I don't think they have, to tell you the truth, I don't think they actually sat back and thought about anything other than being mad, angry, and upset. I think they blaming somebody else besides themselves for the current state that they in.
NBA, Ben 10, and others, they tried to rob this guy while he's having dinner with a young woman. The surveillance video shows Ford inside the restaurant before the group approached him, leading to the confrontation. During the altercation, they say several people appeared to grab his necklace and watch. So we don't see him with the necklace and watch, which means they took it, escalating the situation. At some point, which by the way, I think this is how you would describe a robbery, right? So he clearly got robbed.
From outward appearances, when you look at the video, that video was taken by a bystander, an onlooker. But the restaurant itself has surveillance camera inside and out. So the feds had a pretty good. They have an outline of what took place and why it took place, in terms of them knowing and being able. You can know something, you can have a feeling about something, but proving it is an entirely different thing. You can know something, you can believe something to be true, but if you don't have the proof to turn what you believe to what you can prove, then it's a difference between what you believe and what you can prove. Do I think they believe that Jay Prince Jr. is at the center of this? I believe it because nothing else makes sense. Don't forget, the NBA have already told people like academics, we didn't even know this. We ain't had no problem with him. We never seen him before.
I told you what Ben 10 told me. His version of the story was like, hey, we don't know the guy. We didn't know the guy, but he clearly had an issue with somebody who we were around, and whatever happened.
So the only common denominator between the NBA and the Allstar JR, the only common denominator they have is James Prince Jr. Can they prove it? No. You know what I'm saying? Allstar JR ain't made no statement. They wanted Allstar JR is not in custody. He's in custody for in charge with a felon in possession of a firearm. Even though he shot 3 people according to the police reports, he's not charged with no weapons violation in terms of hurting somebody. He ain't charged with no acts of violence at all, period. Because they know that shit never gonna stand up in the court of law, because they know that before a gun was introduced to this equation, they know that he was being assaulted and robbed.
At some point, a handgun fell to the floor during the fight. Investigators say Ford picked it up and began firing as people ran. One man collapsed after being shot while others fled to the elevator.
He came into possession of a firearm that had fell on the floor. It don't say that he had it in his pocket. It doesn't say that he had it in his waistband. It doesn't specify. It says that he came into possession of it. They're not saying that he came to that restaurant with a gun, because he didn't have a gun when he came to that restaurant. Nor did he leave with it. You telling me what motherfucker gonna have a gun, bust some nigga out, and leave that gun in the restaurant, or leave that gun in the area where the police gonna find it? He left it because he knew it wasn't his, and he knew that once the ballistics came back, he knew they weren't gonna track back to him. What I'm gonna take it for? I'm gonna leave that bitch right here. Think about it. Bro, you from New Orleans yourself. You from Louisiana yourself, born and raised. When do a motherfucker ever pop it like that and you dead ass wrong, or you believe you dead ass wrong, or you know that it was your gun and you leave the bitch.
Yeah, it don't happen.
No, you don't leave that bitch, man. That don't even make no sense. That shit sound ridiculous.
Say, bro, what's your thoughts on Prince Jr.'s involvement, bro? You have any thoughts on that at all? You guys know each other? Have any past run-ins or anything like that?
I don't know him. I know Allstar JR, and prior to JR being incarcerated last week, he appointed me his spokesperson as it specifically relates to his social media or his YouTube presence, I should say. He appointed me his designee to talk about and to make people aware, make the bloggers and podcasters and YouTubers aware of what was going on with him in the case. So that's what I've been doing. He told academics that personally. He told Vlad TV that personally. He told Poetic Flacco that personally. Well, he told Vlad and academics that over the phone personally. That yeah, Dawgface speak for me. If you won't hear from me or Dawgface, it ain't true.
And so what is it as far as the word that's important for the world to know?
The word that's important to know is it's some corruption. It's some corruption in play right now, right? So let me just make sure we're on the same page. This case in its entirety is not a federal case, right? It's not a federal case. This case is a local case at best, right? How so, do you ask? Well, the case has been federalized because the federal government charged Allstar JR with being a felon in possession of a firearm. Now, the feds don't pick up every firearm case. They pick this one up because of the national implication it has. And number two, because JR, when he was questioned by the feds, when they tried to question him, he would only speak to them through his lawyer. He lawyered up right away. When he left and came back to Detroit, he lawyered up right away. And they wanted JR, even though they saw what happened, they saw everything play out on video, like the whole world did, like you did. You can see, when you see that video, you see some jumping on one, and you see pulling the chains, and you see robbing the motherfucker. And if you didn't see that with your naked eye, what you did see when the federal complaint dropped, you saw them explain and articulate in explicit detail that Allstar JR was being assaulted and robbed by multiple people. And during the course of the robbery, during the course of the scuffle, during the course of the crime that he was being subjected to, with being assaulted and robbed, he came into possession of a firearm and he used it. So we got people saying, oh man, he cooked, he fucked up because he went too far. He came back and he stood over a motherfucker.
Ben 10 admitted, yeah, he did stand over me. He had no bullets. He admitted he got shot. He had said, according to what he said, I felt like he said it once or twice. He didn't really say a number, but he did say he didn't get shot on his body. He showed me.
You can't tell somebody who's being beaten by 5-6 people. People bringing up chairs. People got guns. People all crap. You can't tell a motherfucker.
It was on him for a minute too. It was on him for a long time.
Yeah, and listen. They was jumping on him for minutes. When the shooting happened in less than 1 minute. So you telling me, you can't tell me at what point he deemed himself safe. Because even though when he was jumping him, he flamed the two closest to him. He flamed they bitch ass like he was supposed to. That's one. Number two, that's like 7, 8 people jumping you. You get a hold to a gun, you start shooting. Man, a motherfucker can't tell you when you thought in your mind that you were safe. Because motherfuckers still running around. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who got gun, who don't got gun. You don't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? The whole thing is, you don't know when they're going to start back shooting at you. You don't know nothing.
That's your instinct.
For a motherfucker to say, yeah, your instinct, and then your adrenaline rushing, you ain't even in your right frame of mind. You in fight or flight, man. You could have blanked out. And then Allstar JR has been in multiple shootouts before. He's been almost killed before, 5-6 years ago, when he got shot in the face. You know what I'm saying? So you can't, a motherfucker suffering from PTSD. He getting jumped, robbing him, you know what I'm saying? Poles falling on the ground. You know what I'm saying? It's him by himself with a female. He wasn't with a gang of guys and he had the opportunity to see and back it. No, he with a female. And he was approached by 7, 8 and women and everybody else. He don't know what the fuck going on because he don't know none of these. The only person that he knew in the entire equation was Jay Prince Jr. That's it. So it's not like he was in the position to know these guys. It was not like that he knew the temperament of these guys, or he knew these guys well enough to know how far they were willing to go with what they was doing to him. So he responded and reacted based on instinct and based on trying to save his own life and to protect his own personal property.